Everybody, it's Pineapple here, back with another video. So today I just wanted to put my thoughts out on the new normal spell or power staple that is Triple Tactics Thrust, whether or not it's too strong, whether or not it's acceptable in the current game state, what you can do with it, etc., why it's so powerful. And my thoughts on this are that it is really strong and probably bordering on overpowered, if not already there. And I just wanted to explore just how far we can go with this card, what it does. So if you're unfamiliar, if your opponent has activated a monster effect during the turn, you can set a normal spell trap directly from your deck, except itself. Or if your opponent controls a monster, you get to add it to your hand instead, and you can only activate one per turn. So the thing about this card is that it gives you a plethora of options into what you can go into. For example, it acts as additional copies of powerful one-ofs. For example, you can go to Mind, Con, or Change of Heart to take something. You can grab Duster. It's extra 3 copies of Duster. You can grab Instant, Gold, Sark, or Foolish to search things for wherever you want to place them. Rhoda to grab whatever warrior you want, 1 for 1. You can grab Engage, which is really funny. But the thing is, this card essentially reads grab the out. And the truth is that no matter what you do in Modern Yu-Gi-Oh, your opponent will be activating a normal or a monster effect. And so subsequently, this card is almost always online. And the truth is that even if you're going first, there are still things that you can do. So while it's a crazy good board breaker, because it's whatever board breaker you need, it's 3 extra copies of Dark Ruler, Dark Hole if you need it, Raigeki if you need it, Storm if you need it, Ulti Slayer if you need specific targeted removal. It's just so powerful that you can grab whatever you need. Additionally, if you're grabbing Talents, there's a probable chance that, Talents is online as well. So it's 3 extra copies of Talents, and we all know how fucking good this card is. Especially with the Kashtira meta that we're seeing, where we just take each other's Shangri-Era or Arise Heart, overlay our own on top of it. So yeah, 3 extra copies of Talents just in and of itself is a ridiculous thing. But when you get into the extra 3 copies of, your power one-ofs that people said were too powerful to exist by themselves, I think it paints a really scary picture of what this card can do, especially for back row decks. Things like Labyrinth, this card is a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Trigger Lady, cool Thrust add Duster, is just so stupid, honestly. With Thrust in the game, I would argue we should put Duster back to 0, but that's just me. Additionally, it lets you search things as well, because a lot of your archetypal Rhodas, or archetypal searches, or even archetypal summons from deck are normal spells. Things like Nadir Servant, I get that it's not a crazy powerful card, but Servant does do some nasty stuff. It's a 1-card window, etc. You can grab Small World. It's Small World. Add anything in the game, any monster in the game. So coupling those two together is a very powerful combination. Hidden Armory, I get that equip spells aren't great right now, but again, degenerate stun things can be done with Moon Mirror. Annoying shit happens, etc. Cyber's decks can add anything from their deck with mining. You can turn your adventure engine online. Holy crap. Fusion Destiny, you can add your fusion spells, your powerful fusion spells, which is, I think, a hilarious thing to do. You can just add, Fusion Destiny. Activated Ash, cool. Anyways, FD, or BF. Fusion Deployment, you can grab Fusion Deployment and brand it. But the thing that I feel like is one of the most broken things, personally, for me, is that you can add Terraforming. And I think this card is finally going to be the thing that puts Terraforming in the crowd. Because it is not anywhere near okay. It is 3 extra copies of your field spells, which you already have 4 copies of. So now you're playing 7 field spells, effectively. Yeah. Which is ridiculous. And as we know, field spells are some of the most broken things ever. Like Pressure Planet and Primeval Planet. Meltdown, if you wanted to, it's an extra 3 copies of Alistair. Hidden City, Guru Control can do dumb shit with Hidden City. Union Anger, start up your entire ABC combo just to add fucking Necro Valley, But the interaction that I feel might be one of the most broken things ever is Evenly Matched. If you need Dark Ruler, you got Dark there's not a ton of normal traps that you want to be adding to your hand, but there are a bunch that you want to be setting. For example, set a pointer, just set trap dash shoot. Oh, you hand trapped me? Well, guess what? I'm going to rip whatever your starter is from your hand. You can set dimensional barrier if you're going first. Set any of the tech devastation viruses. In Labyrinth specifically, you can grab welcome or big welcome, essentially, meaning that unless you get impermed, Ariana's always going to do something. And these are just like the ideas that I have like off the top of my head. Specifically, I included grass in this because, for example, grass, we're going to have to see this card in Master Duel, and grass will probably still be legal because Konami hates us. But we will probably have to contend with thrust at grass. And these are just, again, these are the things that I thought of off the top of my head. Like, I just went to the FNL list and went, okay, here's every limited spell that's like useful for anything. And so three copies of that. And I thought to myself, what are all the good terraforming targets? What are all the good shooting targets? And that's just like what I came up with off the top of my head. There's going to be some crazy things that you may have. And I don't think that the consequences for this are going to be acceptable. I do think this card is way, 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 and I'll say it again, way too good. Like when we talk about talents, right? It has to be during the main phase. Like, so if you give someone this by no longer matters, just add trust for whatever they want. It's ridiculous. I'm not sure how I feel about this card. It's very satisfying to resolve, but I do think